Artemus Toast here, and coming from the garage right now. The rest of the family's still up, and I want to do a quick upload like right after the game. But kudos to the Steelers for beating the Patriots. Or rather, I'm glad it felt like a fairly called game by the refs. Probably mainly because there were a lot of false start penalties on the Pats. But in general, great game. Offense played great. Happy to see Eli Rogers back. Definitely in need of that third wide receiver. In the slot. Vance McDonald had a great game. Ben, of course, had a great game. Juju, great catches. AB. They all performed very well as expected. Um, they kind of kept Tom Brady in check for the most part, and that certainly helped. Secondary played great. Artie Burns was out there for a little while. You know, uh, so it was nice to see him. He didn't mess up or anything. Um, I can't remember if I said Hayden with the interception. T.J. Watt had a sack. Excuse me. It's weird. The Steelers will play down to I guess inferior teams on paper, and lose those games. But those games that you kind of expect them to lose, they pull through. Very unpredictable. But Eli Rogers. Happy to see him back. Can't remember if I mentioned that. The empty backfields, proved to be successful. Having more receivers, and having to adjust, for your start, both your first and second string running backs, not playing for various reasons. But the empty backfield was very successful. Especially when you can't have double teams on Juju Smith-Schuster and AB. When you throw Eli Rogers into the mix and McDonald into the mix. Sometimes Jesse James. And various others. Tight ends. Grimble. A lot of receiving weapons, and definitely a Hall of Fame quarterback. But I digress. You know. Happy this keeps the Steelers in the playoff hunt. All kinds of awesome game. Go Steelers.